What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Statman here. It's fight night, so of course it's a good time. A couple of prelims still going on for the early prelims before we switch over to ABC for those prelims, in case anyone wants to pick up on those. Told you I'd be back. Give you a little bit of give you my predictions for the night. Of course, little bits happened since the weigh-ins yesterday. The one prelim fight for sure that I will give a prediction for, I guess, is the Robbie Lawler Nico Price, since that's the one that's headlining the ABC card in a couple hours. I will give that one probably to Nico Price. I'm just leaning towards him. Robbie Lawler's towards the end of his career, but I wouldn't be shocked if Robbie just pulls one out, cocks the right hand back, and just lays out Nico flat. But I love both fighters, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to that one. Bo Nickel, Val Woodburn, giving that to Bo Nickel. I probably would have picked him anyway, even if Trayshawn Gore didn't get hurt. Just the wrestling's too good. He's shown it's too good, and his hands are only going to get better by the time he gets towards the top of the weight class. Jalen Turner, Dan Hooker. I don't necessarily, and this is my opinion, as much as I love to watch Dan Hooker fight, I don't think he's on a good stretch. He's, coming back down from featherweight. He's not, the high of Dan Hooker, that we saw against like Paul Felder a couple years ago, and coming off that win against Al Iaquinta, James Vick. He's been struggling a little bit, and he tried to go down to featherweight and unfortunately got sent back to lightweight by Arnold Allen, who's one of the better prospects down there as well. So I'm actually going to go with Jalen Turner here for that fight. Next up, of course, Bobby Whittaker, Dricus Du Plessis. I can't pick against Bobby Whittaker. Every time I do, honest to God, it seems to go wrong. Which, means we'll probably get to see him and Adesanya lock up again. But I'm not complaining about that either, because each time it's been a good fight. Brandon Moreno versus Alexandre Pantoja, flyweight belt. I'm probably going to lean towards Pantoja. I do love Moreno again. He's one of my favorite fighters, but I'm picking with what my head says, not my heart. I'm trying to stay true to that. And I think it might end early, within the first 3 rounds. I like Pantoja's jiu-jitsu, and I like the power in his hands. I think he might be able to get a piece of Moreno and put him and might get him out there quick. Main event, of course, Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. I like Rodriguez. I like his unorthodox striking, his not eccentric or that, but like his creative style, his creative flow on the feet. Some of the kicks you see him throw are not normal. Some of the punches you see are not normal. You see his movement is very fluid, but it's not a normal movement you would see just from a random sparring partner. But that being said, I'm going with Volkanovski to retain the belts. He's one of the smartest fighters they have in the game, not just at 145, but just in the UFC period. A master of ground and pound, almost as if Mark Coleman was reborn as a featherweight nowadays. Just a master of ground and pound. And like I said, he's very smart. So even though Yair may have the technical advantage on the feet, I don't think Volkanovski is going to put himself in that disadvantage unless he feels like he has the advantage. So that's why I'm going there. Volkanovski to retain. So just to recap, I got Bo Nickel, Jalen Turner, Robert Whittaker, Pantoja, and Volkanovski for my picks for the main card. Of course, you're more than welcome to disagree with me. I'd love to hear what your picks are. And then we'll see you, of course, for the Monday recap. Look forward to it. Enjoy the night, ladies and gentlemen.